Hey, what's up guys? In this video we are going to make an amazing and beautiful looking JavaScript project. This project is going to be an amazing one. In this project we are going to make these expanding cards. So the features of this project is that when we click on the card, the transition is done and it has changed into a bigger card. We can use the same logic in FAQ section, and we can also this section or container in our banner section of the website, or we can also replace them with the sliders. So here is a demo of the project. So all of the remaining cards will contract into smaller cards and the text on them will be hidden. So when we will click on one of the card, the transition is done and it will move on to a bigger card, and the heading is will be shown here. So this project is going to be an amazing. So without wasting the time, let's get started and go to our code editor. You have seen the demo of this project, and this is going to be an amazing and easy one. I will explain everything about this project. So first of all, what we will do, we will go to our code editor. I am using Visual Studio Code. You can use any of the code editor that you want. So first of all, I have three files: HTML, index.html, style.css, and script.js. All of these files are empty ones, and also I have a images folder. You can use any of the images that you want, and I will also upload this project into GitHub, so you can, and give the link in the description of this video, so you can download all of the code and the images from there. So first of all, I will go to the index.html file. Here I will use an emit abbreviation and hit enter. Now what I will do, I'll change the title into the project of my name, which is going to be the expanding cards. And then what I will do, I will import my files, which is going to be an style sheet, or we can say style.css. This is the CSS file that we need to style our project, to style our HTML code. And then what I will do, I will import different, or we can say a different file, which is going to be an script.js. This will hold the logic of our JavaScript code. So first of all, I will import all of these files, and then what I will do, I will write HTML code. So as you can see, our code is in a container, or we can say these images are in a container, the container which hold all of the images, and you can see the width of this. So first of all, what I will do, I will create a container which will hold all of these images. So container, in the container we will have a div, and these images will be in the background of the div. So I will create a div and give it a class of panel, and the first class, first div is going to be an active one. So I will write a h3, and I will give it some text, for example, explore the world. Then I will save. So what I will do, I will open it with the live server. If you haven't have this extension, you can download it. So as you see, it's not looking good right now, and we will make this into this one. So first of all, what I will do, I will give it a background image. I will give it an inline style and give it a background image of, it will be in the images folder, and it will be an image one. So what I will do, I will save it, and I want 5 of these divs. So 2, 3, 4 and 5, and I want only the one div or image to be an active one, and remaining one will not be an active. We will use JavaScript for this logic in the end part of this video, and add an event listener on click. So I will change the text. For example, we can use different text. For example, I will use hello world. explore the JavaScript, or you can use any of the text. For example, I will use hello programming and explore HTML CSS. So first of all, I will save it, and then what I will do, I will change the images. For example, for second div I will want a different image, and for the remaining ones each div have a different image. So first of all, I will save it, and then I will show you. So as you see, the images are in the background of this content, and we have to style it. So for this, what I will do, I will go to my style sheet, which is style.css, and here I will style all of the images. So first of all, what I will do, I will give it a box sizing of border box, and then what I will do, I will target the body and move this content in the center. So for this, we will use display of flex, justify content of center, align items will also be center, and the height is going to be 100 viewport height. So first of all, let's save it, and let's see if it's moved in the center or not. So so our code has worked, and all of our code has moved in the center. In the next part, what I will do is I will target the container and give it a display of flex, because we want all of our images in the row direction. So I will save it, and now you will see our images will move in this direction. So I will also give it a width of 90%, because we want a space in the left and right. So next part, what I will do now, I want to target these divs. These divs have a class of panel, so we'll target the panel, and let's target the panel. And in the panel we have images, so I will give image properties to all of these. So first one is going to be an background size, so it will be a auto and 100%. So you will see a difference with this property. As you see, these images are not showing up clearly. So when we will save and execute this code, you will see a difference here. So as you see, now the images are completely seeing in the background. So I will also use a different properties of background image, which are going to be in background position of center. So the background position is going to be in center, and background repeat will be no repeat. So first of all, and we will also give it a height. I will give it a height of 80 viewport height, and border radius I will give it a 50 pixel. Oops, border radius is going to be in 50 pixel. I think it will be good. So let's save it and preview. Now you will see these are shaping into our final code or final result. So we will fix all of these issues and styling. So in the next part, what we'll do, I will give it a color of white to the text which is inside of this div. So the text will change from black into a white one. I will want the cursor to be a pointer, and what I want to do, I will give it a flex of 0.5. So now you will see a difference. This will change, this will uh, obtained a exact same space of flex 0.1. So what we will do in JavaScript is that when we will click, we will change the div from flex 0.5 to 5. So it will hold a lot of space as compared to the other divs or images. So now I want to give it a space. margin will be 10 pixel. Position is going to be a relative one because we want this text to be absolute, and we will hold or move this text here. So now I will give it a position of relative. We also want a transition because as you see, as we will click, these images have changed into different one or different size in a transition, and this transition is looking amazing and beautiful. So this code will be here, the code of this transition. So we want a transition for flex, and we want 0.7 second and with is in, not is in out. So first of all I will save it and then we will preview. Now you will see a space, and these are shaping up and it's looking nice right now. So now what I want to do is I want to move this text in the bottom part and giving it a space from bottom and left. So what I will do is I will target the panel, and in the panel we will target the h3 and give it a font size of 24 pixel. So the font size is going to be on 24 pixel. Position is going to be an absolute. And now what I want to do is I will give it a bottom of 20 pixel and left. Oops, we have messed up. Now what I want to do, I will want to give it a left of 20 pixel also, not 30 pixel. You can use any of the styling that you want. So as you see, these text will move in the bottom part. Now what I want to do is I will give it an opacity of 0 because we don't want to say them. As you see, this text is not showing. We also want to show them when any of these part or div is active, and this transition will look amazing and beautiful. So first of all what we will do is we will write a logic for an active class or styling for an active class. So the panel which will be active will have a flex of 5. So now in the HTML code we have given an active class to the first div. So the first div is going to be an active one. Now let's save it, and now you will see a difference. So the first div is going to be an active one. Now you will see why I want to hide or give it an opacity of 0 to the h3 and it's not looking good. So first of all what we will do is we will give it an opacity of 0, and when the panel which has a class of active, for this h3 we will give it an opacity of 1, and we also want a transition. So the transition is going to be an, so we want a transition for an opacity, and the it will be 0.3 second with an ease in, and we also want a delay of 0.4 second. So let's save it. Now you will see a difference here, and as you will see, the divs or images which are not active, they don't have a text on them. So as you see, it's not looking good right now in the active class, the text. So I will give it a little bit of padding. So let's give it a padding of 20 pixel. I think it will look good. Now as you will see, now it's have a space, and our designing is done. Now we move to the JavaScript section. This part will hold the logic for all of our code. So what we will do is we will write all of our logic in this section. So first of all what I will do, I will I will target all of the panels and select them. You can use different of query selectors, or I can say different selectors. I am going to use the query selector. You can use document.get element by ID, get element by class, or any of the different terms. So what I will do, I will use document.query selector all, because we want to select all of the classes which have a class of panel. So as you will see, this will store all of the classes which have a class of panel, and it will be an array. So on array we will use a for each, and we will get a panel, which this panel is going to be an individual panel. And now what I want to do is I want to add an event listener of click, and then we will have a callback function. So when we will click on an individual panel, what we want to do? So we want to add an class to that panel of active. So what I will do, I will add a class of active, and we also want to remove the previous active. So let's test our logic first. So now what I want, when we will click, as you will see, all of these classes are now active on which we are clicking, and it's not looking good. So what we will do is, when I will click a one div, I want to remove an active class from the previous one. So for this we will write a function of remove active class. So it's going to be a remove active class, and I will write a function here. So the function is going to be an remove active class, and what it will do is it will remove an active class from the previous. So again I will target a panels and write an for each loop. In the for each loop we will have a individual panel, and then what I will do is I will remove an active class from all of the divs. So panel dot class list dot remove an active. So what this function will do, before we add an active class to a next element, it will remove an active class from all of the elements or all of the divs. So let's save this and test this. Now you will see, when I'm clicking on the second div element, the transition is done and the active class is removed from the previous one. Now you will see this is looking amazing and beautiful. So you can also use this logic or this banner, or in the FAQ section this logic. So you can also improve the different styling. I will give it some background color to the body, so this stand up, this section of banner will stand up. So let's give it a background of black. Let's save it, and now I think it will look good. Yeah, it's looking good right now. So this is the JavaScript project. I will do a complete JavaScript project series, and you will get a lot of projects for practice and to improve your skill. So this is done with this project. I hope you have liked this and enjoyed this video. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and also hit the like button, and tell me in the comments what kind of projects you want in the future. So have a nice day. Bye.